Welcome back to Speducation. I am your host, Brandon Reed, and if this is your first time to the channel, a special welcome to you. Well, we finally did it. We are on the last video of our series, What It's Like to Have a Learning Disability. Now, what are we going to be talking about in today's last lesson? Well, let's take a look and find out. Today's lesson, What is it like to have a learning disability? Part 10, Fairness. So we've talked a lot about the different types of disabilities, processing issues, and what it's like to live with a learning disability. And for anybody that may not have ever experienced what it's like to have a learning disability, hopefully the series has been an eye-opener for you. And you can relate to those with learning disabilities a little bit more. But the last thing that we're going to be talking about is fairness. Now, when we talk about fairness in regards to special education, it's a tricky topic because whenever we talk about fairness, fairness doesn't always look fair. What does that mean? Well, let's take a look at this question. Alex and Johnny are running a race. Alex is given a 5-second head start. Is this fair? Now, a lot of people would say no, and those people would be right. But what if I changed it up just a bit? Alex and Johnny are running a race. Alex, who has braces on his legs, is given a 5-second head start. Is this fair? Did you change your answer? But wait a second, why'd you change it? A moment ago, you probably said, no, that's not fair. Oh, I bet I know why you changed it. Because Alex has braces on his legs. So he's at a disadvantage compared to Johnny, who doesn't have braces. That is what I'm talking about when I'm referring to fairness in regards to special education, okay? Because it is a tricky subject. And for a lot of students that are in school, when they see another student getting extra time or extra support, they may think, well, that's not fair, okay? But when we talk about fair in terms of special education, it's not always that easy. Fair doesn't mean equal. The reality is that treating students equally can only be fair if all students begin at the same starting point and can achieve success with the exact same opportunity, treatment, access, and resources. So when we talk about fairness in regards to special education, treating everyone equally doesn't really work out because individuals with learning disabilities start off at a disadvantage. I should know because I was one of those students. When everybody else was able to process the answer that the teacher was asking, I was processing the question. It's kind of like the video that I showed you earlier on in the series.
Disabled kids have a difficult time processing the language. As a result of that, if I ask a group, a mainstream classroom, 4th grade class with some learning disabled children and some non-disabled children, and I say, would you please tell me who was the first president of the United States? The non-LD children are processing an answer. The learning disabled children have to process what? The question. So in effect, they have twice the processing load to do than the other students in the class. So even if the class is moving at a normal rate, to the LD child, it seems to be moving at this breakneck speed as we've been talking here.
See, in that video, students with learning disabilities have to process things a lot more than students that don't have learning disabilities. So by treating everybody equally, it's not really fair because those individuals that have processing issues, they start off at a disadvantage. I believe Harper Lee said it best. We know all men are not created equal in the sense some people would have us believe. Some people are smarter than others. Some people have more opportunity because they're born with it. Some men make more money than others. Some ladies make better cakes than others. Some people are born gifted beyond the normal scope of men. So keep this in mind the next time that you wonder, is it really fair that special ed students get more support than others? Well, think about it. Because if we treated individuals with learning disabilities equally, it wouldn't necessarily be equal. Because there will always be individuals that are different from others because they have learning disabilities and they need extra time or extra support. And to treat them equally would not be fair. So what are we going to be learning about next week? Next week's lesson, Special Education Advocates. Who are they? What do they do? And how do they help parents? And if you liked what you saw today, please click the like button. And if you want updates on future videos, feel free to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for updates on future videos. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and you have questions or you have comments or you want to share something with me, please drop a line in the comments section. I would love to hear from you. And please make sure that you share this channel with others, because the more people that can be informed, the more invested they will be in their child's education. And until next time, class dismissed.